Very rich boys, a 1, a 2.
Tonight, are you ready? Listen up! Attention.
You've got it locked.
Number 1.
A powerful force is about to hit this city.
Whether at home, at work, the most recognized source on the planet. This is the iPower Evening Show. This is the hottest radio station. The longest running online radio show.
I'll make you do what it do, baby.
All right, everybody.
Stand by for Time Till Thursday.
For the thousands in attendance, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
It's about to go down.
That's my pleasure. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
We love you, we got 'em.
I rated D for dang old man.
And you know this, man.
That's how we players roll for shizzle.
The iPower Evening Show.
Good evening, iPower One Nation. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. Peace and blessings, y'all. What's going on? We're on the air live.
It's time to the Thursday.
Yep, it is time to the Thursday, and this is the iPower Evening Show, the longest running internet radio show for the past 15 years. Playing nothing but R&B classic soul throwback music during this jam-packed show for y'all tonight. Hope y'all had a good day thus far. 2 more days to the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, slow. Thank you for taking the 4-hour iPower challenge listening to us. We're always encouraging those out there who are first-time listeners to please take the 4-hour iPower 1 challenge, listening to all 4 hours of this online radio program. Now, how do you do that? Listen right now on your laptop, phone, or tablet. Go to our official website, iPower1FM.com. That's iPower1FM.com. Or go to TuneIn.com. Type in keyword iPowerFM. That's iPowerFM.
Haters and critics are always welcome to listen to our show just by taking the 4-hour challenge to be informed, enlightened, and letting only you be the judge for yourself.
Like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Keyword iPower1Real. That's iPower1Real. We got back-to-back inspirational thought and music at 20 before the hour. Plus, keeping it old school with Stefan Mason later on in hour 2. And we got Speak It Loud Talk 360 coming up later on in hour 3. Get your phone calls in for tonight's SIL topic. All right, time to get down to some serious business. Let's get the show cracking. This is the hardest working media guy in online radio, the travel jock, DeMarco J. Keep it locked, everyone. Our mics are now hot. This is the IPES. Good evening.
iPower 1 FM.
Now on Natural.com.
Time to know Thursday on the iPower Evening Show, celebrating 15 years on iPower 1 FM. Big shout outs to Jennifer Beasley of Staten Island, and shout outs to the Bronx's David Holland, currently residing in the ATL, who both contribute to iPower 1 and also helped me throughout my financial times during the start of the pandemic back in 2020 when no one else would. That tells you right there that there are still good black people in this world.
That's right.
And I thank them for that.
Drop a gap bomb for Jennifer Beasley out of Staten Island, currently where I'm at, and David Holland out of the ATL. Yes, indeed.
That's right. I always say those who contribute to this radio station deserves to have a voice on this platform. Yes. Where you ain't gonna get nowhere else.
No.
And what's so funny about us black people sometimes is when some Negroes get mad for no reason when you ask for donations from them to help finance the radio station. Right. And get mad at other blacks for contributing to the radio station.
Ain't self-hate by these Negroes beautiful?
Oh, it is.
Especially dealing with self-hating ass Negroes. When we was in Boston, Boston trying to make a difference.
Yeah, but I'm over that.
Right.
Some black folks that still support us did contribute to this radio station.
Yep.
I'm not going to shut out Boston completely because we still got loyal listeners, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We got What You Need to Know. That's coming up at 25 minutes before the hour. News coming from an urban perspective. I got my Thursday rant, DeMarco Comes Real, coming up later on in hour 4 at 15 before the hour. Talking about the injustice in America, where the word justice does not apply to black folks and people of color, meaning there's two Americas, one for black and brown and people of color, and the other for whites only. Kyle Rittenhouse is a perfect example. DeMarco Comes Real, that's coming up in hour 4. Keep it locked.
The iPower Evening Show, where the best and the brightest are about to be informed.
Get ready, the 31st Annual National Action Network Convention will be held in New York City, hosted by the Reverend Al Sharpton. Wednesday, April 6th to Saturday, April 9th at the Sheraton Hotel in Times Square. Civil rights leaders, activists, politicians, and more coming locally from major cities across the country for this annual 4-day event. Major local speakers, workshops, youth conference, and more will be held and free to the public. For more information, call 877-626-4651 or register at nationalactionnetwork.net. That's nationalactionnetwork.net.
Up next, the Constant Q Report. Keep it locked on the iPower Evening Show.
Here we go.
Top Tunnel Thursday.
It's the iPower Evening Show.
Time for tonight's New York forecast on iPower 98.9.
54 will be a low tonight, periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Tomorrow, windy, colder in the afternoon with a high of 54. Tomorrow night will be a low of 27 degrees in NYC. Bundle up. With your New York AccuWeather forecast on iPower 989, I'm DeMarco J. Like and follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Keyword, iPower1Real. Listen to our online programs at iPower989NewYork.com or TuneIn.com. Keyword, iPower FM. Keep it locked on New York's iPower 989 FM.
Time now for the New York State Lottery numbers on New York's iPower 98.9.
Time for last night's New York winning lottery numbers for Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. Midday number daily drawings was 360. That's 360. Evening number daily drawings was 486. That's 486. Midday win for daily drawings was 9223. That's 9223. Evening win for daily drawings was 6698. That's 6698. New York Lotto 1, 8, 16, 29, 39, 51 with the bonus ball number 40. That's 1, 8, 16, 29, 39, 51 with the bonus ball number 40. The next estimated jackpot for Saturday, February 19th, 2022 will be $4.6 million. Midday take 5. 4, 10, 17, 31, 32. That's 4, 10, 17, 31, 32. Evening take 5. 15, 20, 23, 31, 38. That's 15, 20, 23, 31, 38. Powerball 22, 30, 40, 42, 48 with the Powerball number 16 with the Power Play times 2. That's 22, 30, 40, 42, 48 with the Powerball number 16 with the Power Play times 4. There was no jackpot winners last night. The next estimated jackpot for Saturday, February 19th, 2022 will be $31 million. Tonight's jackpot game is cash for life. Estimated jackpot $1,000 per week. For more results from recent or past lottery drawings online, log on to nylottery.ny.gov. That's nylottery.ny.gov and check out to see if you're a jackpot winner. Good luck.
iPower 1 FM.
The iPower Evening Show.
iPower 1. NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. Live concert performances coming to the New York and Tri-State area. The Concert Q Report. Right here, right now. On the iPower Evening Show.
I'm UnPretty Ricky along with Stefan Mason. Time for the Concert Q Report. All major events announced are in Eastern Standard Time. Concert events are subject to change pending on the current pandemic.
Kool and the Gang coming to the Ovation Hall at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Saturday, February 19th at 8 p.m. The Fifth Dimension coming to the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut on Sunday, February 20th at 7:30 p.m. Patty Austin coming to Sony Hall in NYC on Friday, February 25th at 8 p.m. Jeffrey Osborne coming to Sony Hall on Friday, March 4th at 8 p.m.
Maxwell coming to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on Friday, March 11th at 8 p.m. Coming to the Barclays Center on Wednesday, March 30th at 8 p.m. And coming to the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Friday, April 1st at 8 p.m. New edition with Charlie Wilson coming to the Wells Fargo Center in Philly on Thursday, February 24th at 8 p.m. Coming to Madison Square Garden in NYC featuring Jodeci on Saturday, February 26th at 8 p.m. Coming to the Prudential Center on Friday, April 1st at 8 p.m. Boys to Men coming to the Bogota Event Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Friday, March 11th at 8 p.m. Brian McKnight coming to the State Theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey on Saturday, March 12th at 8 p.m. Coming to City Winery in Philly on Thursday, March 17th at 6 and 9:30 p.m. And on Friday, March 18th at 6 and 9:30 p.m. Jasmine Sullivan coming to the King's Theater in Brooklyn on Thursday, March 17th at 8 p.m. and coming to the Met Philadelphia on Friday, March 18th at 8 p.m.
Gladys Knight coming to the State Theater in Easton, Pennsylvania on Sunday, March 13th at 7 p.m. and coming to the NYCB Theater in Westbury, New York on Friday, April 22nd at 8 p.m. Tower of Power coming to Sony Hall on Monday, March 14th at 8 p.m. and on Tuesday, March 15th at 8 p.m. George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic coming to the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark, New Jersey on Friday, March 18th at 8 p.m. The OJs coming to the Excite Center in Bensalem, Pennsylvania on Saturday, March 26th at 7:30 p.m. Peebo Bryson coming to the Rivers Casino in Philly on Friday, April 1st at 8 p.m. and coming to the Patchogue Theater on Sunday, April 3rd at 7 p.m.
Kenny Babyface Edmonds coming to the Live Chorus Center in Philly on Saturday, April 2nd at 8 p.m. Kim and Kenny Babyface Edmonds coming to the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden on Thursday, April 21st at 8:30 p.m.
The Temptations and the Four Tops coming to the Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown, New Jersey on Saturday, April 23rd at 8 p.m. and coming to the Hackensack Meridian Health Theater at the Court Basie Center in Red Bank, New Jersey on Sunday, April 24th at 7 p.m.
Mother's Day Music Festival with Keith Sweat and After 7 coming to the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Saturday, May 7th at 7 p.m. The Late Show's John Baptiste coming to the Stern Auditorium at Carnegie Hall in NYC on Saturday, May 7th at 8 p.m. King of R&B, Bobby Brown, coming to the Rivers Casino in Philly on Friday, May 20th at 8 p.m. Raheem Devon, coming to the Winery in Philly on Thursday, May 26th at 7 and 10 p.m.
Shaka Khan, coming to the Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown, New Jersey on Thursday, June 9th at 8 p.m. and coming to the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut on Saturday, June 11th at 8 p.m. And Patti LaBelle with special guest Will Downing coming to the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark, New Jersey on Saturday, June 25th at 8 p.m.
And that should do it for the Concert Report on this Thursday, February 17th, 2022. I'll be back in hour 3. I'm UnPretty Ricky along with Stefan Mason. We just getting started. Keep it locked. We coming back. It's the IPES.
The iPower Evening Show. Untitled Thursday. This is nothing but real music. Funk, disco, classic soul, and R&B.
All right, everybody, stand by
For the iPower Evening Show. Live from the Hot Planet Media Studios. Internet radio, iPower 98.9, New York.
UnPretty Ricky standing by for tonight's inspirational thought and music coming up at 7:40, followed by Raphael with tonight's sports straight from ESPN News at 7:50 before the 8 o'clock hour. Check out our latest complete schedule programming. Go to iPower989NewYork.com, click the iPower Evening Show, and click on Tuesday's show. We're streaming online on our official website and at tunein.com. Type in keyword iPower FM.
Don't touch that dial.
Stay tuned for more of the iPower Evening Show coming up on iPower 98.9.
At home, at work, your computer, or on your mobile phone? Listen now to the iPower Evening Show.
Monday through Friday.
Music, news, sports, and entertainment.
Weeknights, 7 to 11.
We're always on 24/7. Keep it locked on iPower 1.
iPower 98.9. iPower 1. NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. The iPower Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. We're like a morning show in the evening on this Time Tunnel Thursday, celebrating 15 years on the air. We got straight from ESPN News coming up at 10 before the hour. We got Politics Nation with the Reverend Al Sharpton, and keeping it old school with Stefan Mason, all coming up in hour 2. We got Black Topic Thursday tonight on Speak It Loud Talk 360 at 30 past hour 3. And I got my Thursday rant, DeMarco Comes Real, in hour 4 at 15 before the hour. And like we always say, take the iPower 1 challenge by listening to all 4 hours all this week, online, on your phone, or on your tablet. All right, time for what you need to know in the news.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Thursday, February 17th, 2022. Number 1, as military and diplomatic experts weigh in on whether Russia will indeed complete the move into Ukraine, it bears asking how will this potential invasion affect the rest of the world, namely, not just us citizens, but us consumers in the United States. If Russia invades Ukraine, as many expect it will, the greatest impact will be on escalating energy prices. As one of the largest suppliers in the world, increasing prices at the pump will be driven by an invading Russia. But it's not only gas prices that will be affected, it could dictate what groceries we can afford and how we heat our homes. Number 2, Joseph H. Rainey was born into slavery in 1832. He went on to become the nation's first black congressman. He was honored last week at the U.S. Capitol. During his more than 8 years in the House, Congressman Rainey worked to pass civil rights legislation, fund public schools, and guarantee equal protection under the law. Mr. Rainey's great-granddaughter, Lorna Rainey, said in an interview that her great-aunt, Rainey's daughter, used to tell her about him since he was in very few history books. Number 3, the CDC is expected to loosen its indoor masking guidelines to states soon. The agency's update could come as early as next week. Nothing has been finalized yet, but the CDC is considering a new benchmark for whether masks are needed, basing it on the level of severe disease and hospitalizations in a given community. New York and a number of other states led by Democratic governors have dropped their mask mandates for private businesses over the last few weeks as the Omicron-fueled surge has abated. Number 4, a virtual meeting of a high school's black student union was interrupted by intruders Friday evening. The incident happened around 6:05 p.m. during a Zoom panel on the Black Experience. The intruders used profanity, gory video images, and the N-word. An investigation found the Zoom bombing appeared to be a coordinated attack involving at least 3 people. Number 5. February means Black History Month, Valentine's Day, and for some, the beginning of Pisces season. Read more about it in today's newsletter brought to you by Ms. Astrology. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Sometimes you have to talk yourself into doing what is best for you. Okay. This February, during Black History Month, the American Heart Association is encouraging Black women to reclaim your rhythm and take control of the physical and mental well-being. The American Heart Association will help empower Black women to use music to get our hearts pumping or to rest and relax. Go to @American_Heart on Instagram and check out the different playlists offered. Then vote on your favorite. And I hope you enjoy mine. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
The iPower Evening Show. This is the hot
hottest radio station.
Go to TuneIn.com. Keyword iPower FM.
Listen to this station on your smartphone. Download the app now on Google Play Store.
Magic 102.3, the real sounds of the DMV. Log on now to mymagicdc.com. That's www.mymagicdc.com.
The iPower Evening Show. DeMarco J, Unpretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. Keep it locked on iPower 1 FM.
Tunnel Thursday.
ESPN News on iPower with Rafael Castro is up next, followed by the CBS News Break is coming up next, courtesy of WCBS News Radio 880 AM. The inspirational thought and music, back-to-back gospel on the iPower Evening Show.
Yes, this is the iPower Evening Show, celebrating 15 years on iPower 1. Right now, it's time for another inspirational thought and music. UnPretty Ricky, what's today's inspirational thought for Thursday? What you got for us?
Good evening, everybody. Note to self: keep trying, keep praying, stay positive, be awesome, become better.
Amen to that.
Amen to that indeed, bruh. Here's tonight's inspirational song by the Queen of Gospel, Mahalia Jackson. Keep it locked, everyone.
iPower 98.9 New York. Boston, Providence, Hartford, NYC, Atlanta, Miami, Chicago, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Canada, and in Puerto Rico. Untitled Thursday on the iPower Evening Show. iPower 1 FM. Straight from ESPN News with Rafael Castro on iPower 98.9 starts now.
We got more Time Tunnel Thursday coming up at the top of the second hour. Plus, we got Politics Nation with the Reverend Al Sharpton at 20 past the hour. Followed by Keeping It Old School with Stefan Mason at 25 before the hour. You're listening to the IPES, now streaming live on our official website, iPower1FM.com or at TuneIn.com. Type in keyword iPower FM. Our sports reporter, Rafael Castro, standing by for tonight's sports, straight from ESPN News.
Thanks, Mark. For more information on your local or national sports teams and other sports news, log on to ESPN.com. That's ESPN.com. All games mentioned are in Eastern Standard Time. In the NBA, the New York Knicks will take on the Miami Heat at the Garden in New York City tomorrow night, Friday, February 25th. Starting game time is at 7:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on ESPN. And the New York Knicks will take on the Philadelphia 76ers in NYC on Sunday, February 27th. Starting game time that afternoon is at 1 p.m. You can catch that game live on ABC 7 NY. Moving on to the Nets. The BK Nets taking on the Washington Wizards tonight as we speak. Game time started at 7:30 p.m. Brooklyn Nets will take on the Boston Celtics at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn on Thursday, February 24th. Starting game time is at 7:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on TNT. And the Brooklyn Nets will take on the Milwaukee Bucks at the Fiserv Forum in Wisconsin on Saturday, February 26th. Starting game time is at 8:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on ABC 7 NY. Moving on to the NHL, the New York Rangers taking on the Detroit Red Wings at the Garden here in the Big Apple tonight as we speak. First puck dropped at 7 p.m. And the New York Rangers will take on the Ottawa Senators at Canadian Tire Center in Ontario, Canada on Sunday, February 20th. First puck drops at 5 p.m. You can catch those Rangers games live on ESPN NY. Moving on to the Islanders. The New York Islanders taking on the Boston Bruins at the USB Arena on Long Island tonight as we speak. First puck dropped at 7:30 p.m. And the New York Islanders will take on the Montreal Canadiens at the US Arena on Sunday, February 20th. First puck drops that afternoon at 2 p.m. You can catch those Islanders games live on ESPN New York. Moving on to the Devils, the New Jersey Devils will take on the Pittsburgh Penguins at the PPG Arena in Philadelphia on Thursday, February 24th. First puck drops at 7 p.m. You can catch that game live on ESPN New Jersey. And the New Jersey Devils will take on the Chicago Blackhawks at the United Center in the Chi on Friday, February 25th. First puck drops at 8:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on the NHL Network. And that should do it for tonight's sports. Rafael Castro, straight from ESPN News. Yeah.
The iPower Evening Show, where the best and the brightest are about to be informed.
The 2022 TD5 Borough Bike Tour in New York City. It's the New York Marathon Riding on Bikes. Sunday, May 1st, where thousands of bikers from all over the country will meet up, taking the 40-plus mile bike ride challenge in all 5 boroughs, starting from Lower Manhattan to Staten Island. Register now for this annual event. Log online to bike.nyc. That's bike.nyc for further details.
Don't touch that dial.
It's seconds before the hour. You've got 5 minutes till our mics get hot. Stay tuned for more of the iPower Evening Show. iPower Evening Show.
On Thursday.
Touch that dial.
The iPower Evening Show. After your local CBS News break. Keep it locked on 98.9.
Listen up!
You've got it locked.
Number 1.
A powerful force is about to hit this city.
Whether at home, at work, the most recognized source on the planet. This is the iPower Evening Show. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. iPower 1 FM.
Now on YouTube.com.
Hour 2 of Time Tuner Thursday on the longest online radio show. This is the IPES celebrating 15 years on iPower 1. If you're just now joining us as a first-time listener, we're streaming live on our official website, iPower1FM.com or on TuneIn.com by downloading the app for free from your Google Play Store to pick up our online station, keyword iPower FM. We got Politics Nation with the Reverend Al Sharpton coming up at 25 past the hour, followed by Keeping It Old School with Stefan Mason at 25 before the hour. His thoughts, views, and opinions coming from an African-American perspective. Meanwhile, keep it locked, everyone. It's the IPES. Good evening.
The iPower Evening Show.
Untitled Thursday.
Check out up-to-date news, sports, and entertainment. Check out new upcoming radio and TV shows online. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Get connected and keep it locked. Go to iPower989NewYork.com.
Time for tonight's New York forecast on iPower 98.9.
54 will be a low tonight. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Tomorrow, windy, colder in the afternoon with a high of 54. Tomorrow night will be a low of 27 degrees in NYC. Bundle up. With your New York AccuWeather forecast on iPower 989, I'm DeMarco J.
Time now for the New Jersey State Lottery numbers on New York's iPower 98.9.
Time for last night's New Jersey winning lottery numbers for Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. Midday Pick 3 Fireball Daily Drawings was 113 with the Fireball number 4. That's 113 with the Fireball number 4. Evening Pick 3 Fireball Daily Drawings was 967 with the Fireball number 7. That's 967 with the Fireball number 7. Midday Pick 4 Fireball Daily Drawings was 5576 with the Fireball number 4. That's 5576 with the Fireball number 4. Evening Pick 4 Fireball Daily Drawings was 2984 with the Fireball number 7. That's 2984 with the Fireball number 7. Jersey 5 Extra 5, 8, 26, 29, 30 with the extra ball number times 2. That's 5, 8, 26, 29, 30 with the extra ball number times 2. Powerball 22, 30, 40, 42, 48 with the Powerball number 16 with the power play times 2. Again, that's 22, 30, 40, 42, 48 with the Powerball number 16 with the power play times 2. There was no jackpot winners last night. The next estimated jackpot for Saturday, February 19th, 2022 will be $31 million. Tonight's jackpot game is Cash for Life Doubler. Estimated jackpot $1,000 a day for life. For more results from recent or past lottery drawings online, log on to njlottery.com. That's njlottery.com and check out to see if you're a jackpot winner. Good luck.
You're gonna make it after
98.9 New York. iPower 1 NYC New York City. iPower 98.9. The iPower Evening Show.
Politics Nation. Politics Nation. With Al Sharpton.
Right here, right now. The iPower Evening Show.
For this week's Gotcha, I'm thinking of poet Maya Angelou, who said, quote, "When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time." It's a quote that gets repeated often. And it came to mind again as the Supreme Court heard arguments in a major challenging Roe versus Wade in a case that was challenging to that law. Experts expect the conservative-dominated court will uphold Mississippi's restrictive abortion law, gutting federal protections in place for half a century. It's laughable now, but for decades, Republican presidents like Reagan and both Bushes claimed they would say with a straight face that while they personally opposed abortion, they would never apply a so-called litmus test to their judicial nominees. Democrats went along with that charade, also claiming to oppose litmus tests and failing to make abortion rights a top priority. That all changed with Donald Trump, who made no secret of his plan to appoint justices who opposed Roe to pay back his religious rights supporters. Democrats finally realized Roe was in peril, but it was too late. Trump appointed 3 Supreme Court justices in 4 years, changing the balance of the court for a generation. We don't know how the Mississippi case will play out yet, but we can still learn lessons from how we got here. Because once again, Republicans are trying to lull Democrats into a false sense of complacency. During the Trump years, Republicans told Democrats his wild conspiracy theories and open contempt for democracy was just a personality quirk. They claimed he would hand over power peacefully and quietly. And when he didn't, they insisted we move on and forget it. Even as they used the seeds of doubt Trump sowed to pass new voter suppression laws and put electoral power in the hands of Republican Party loyalists. We've seen this before from the GOP. We know now, including the John Lewis Voting Rights Act and the For the People Act, that can protect our democracy. We must prioritize their passage, even if it means eliminating the Senate filibuster. Democrats cannot repeat past mistakes going into 2022 and 2024 as vulnerable as they were in 2016. But Republicans have sown over and over that they will pay lip service to civility and then stop at nothing to get what they want. Let's tell them we won't be fooled again. We got you.
The iPower Evening Show.
Untitled Thursday. iPower 1 NYC New York City. iPower 98.9.
The iPower Evening Show.
Stefan Mason, keeping it old school on the IPES.
Now on the iPower Evening Show.
This is iPower Zone, Stefan Mason, keeping it old school here on the IPES. Well, it's 2022, meaning it is our 15th year here on iPower 1 FM, doing Keeping It Old School with yours truly, Stefan Mason. Drop a gap bomb for Keeping It Old School with Stefan Mason. Yes, sir. Now, as we are in a brand new year of 2022, I'm pretty sure y'all ain't surprised about this verdict by an all-white jury last year at the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. because I know for a fact that he was going to get off for the murders of the BLM protesters who were white. And we knew that both Judge Schroeder and Kyle Rittenhouse were in cahoots to get this man off, who went across state lines to start trouble with these protesters and not protect these so-called properties as he claims. To be honest, I was not outraged at all, because the way I saw this trial was a total goddamn joke. I mean, you, the judge, call these Black Lives Matter protesters thugs, riders, and animals. So who was Kyle Rittenhouse for what he did? He wasn't an animal for killing these white protesters, part of Black Lives Matter? And notice how the police treated Kyle Rittenhouse like he's some king or he's Jesus Christ all of a sudden after he done killed 2 protesters, claiming that it was in self-defense. And we all know that's a damn lie. Well, first of all, in that courtroom was an all-white jury. Second of all, Judge Schroeder and Kyle Rittenhouse were buddies working together in cahoots to get Rittenhouse off for those murders. Third of all, I ain't never heard this ever in my life inside of a courtroom trial where Rittenhouse gets to pick and choose a jury inside the jury pool like the lottery on who he sees fit that will get him off of those murders. So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minuet. Hit that damn tape. Who does that in the courtroom, by the way? Where the defendant, Kyle Rittenhouse, decides a jury of his peers in a lottery pool to get him off for murder? Can you imagine if Kyle Rittenhouse was black, went across state line and killed 2 protesters? That brother would have been dead on arrival. DOA. There's no question about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And like I said before, there are 2 Americas. One clearly for whites and the other for black and brown people. There has never been no equal justice for blacks. And there will never be no equal justice for blacks. And the reason why that is because some of us don't take the justice system seriously and local voting seriously or even jury duty seriously. See, when you try to get out of jury duty, that gives these courts the power to go and select an all-white jury, which not only got Kyle Rittenhouse off, but most of these rogue and racist police officers off, because there was no blacks, no Latinos, just an all-white jury that will indeed acquit a racist or a rogue cop and acquit racist people like Kyle Rittenhouse or George Zimmerman. Not only our votes are important, but sitting in that jury box where you have the power to decide a person's faith, whether they're guilty or not guilty, are also important. Some of us blacks do not take the jury system seriously enough, because if that was the case, Rittenhouse or even Zimmerman wouldn't gotten off so easy. No, even the cops who kill us on these streets and make up crimes and put in trumped up charges against black and brown people. And then we want to go out and march and protest and chant Black Lives Matter because we ain't getting any justice. Well, some of us didn't do our part in order to receive any justice. That's one of the reasons why Kyle Rittenhouse and them got off. Now, as I move on here, the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial, where these 3 white racist bigots were convicted on all counts for the murder of Arbery, convicted by 11 whites and 1 black juror. But, Stefan, the Black Lives Matter protesters were white too, and the defendants who killed Ahmaud Arbery were found guilty. So what does race have anything to do with this? Oh, it has plenty to do with race. No doubt about it. Let me break it down and tell you the difference between this white jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and the other trial down in Brunswick, Georgia, where there were 11 whites and 1 black juror in that trial of the 3 racist bigots of Travis and Greg McMichael, along with William Bryan. The all-white jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial already made up their minds before the trial even started, saying Kyle Rittenhouse was not guilty. They put white first before the facts was presented in that trial. So this was indeed about race, despite that Kyle Rittenhouse's victims were white. Plus, Judge Schroeder already knew about the all-white jury that he himself approved. Kyle Rittenhouse's defense attorneys already knew before the trial even got started. So this was all a fix and a dog and pony show for the mainstream media. Kyle Rittenhouse was gonna get off regardless. That's why I'm not outraged about the verdict, because he was gonna walk, despite that he viciously killed 2 people during the Black Lives Matter protests, which will give other white supremacists and Trump supporters an open opportunity to do copycats by killing BLM protesters in the future, calling it self-defense, and then get off for the murder. Kyle Rittenhouse created a norm in this country where these right-wing radicals and Trumpers to come in and do bodily harm to BLM protesters nationwide, that we can kill anybody, claim self-defense, and get away with it. Ain't America beautiful, y'all? Lord have mercy. Now, when I come back, I'll resume this topic here on my Keeping It Old School with yours truly, Stefan Mason.
Up next, Keeping It Old School with Stefan Mason. Keep it locked on iPower 1 FM.
Untitled Thursday.
Listen up! iPower 98.9.
Listening online. From Boston to the NYC to New Hampshire to Providence, Rhode Island to Hartford, Connecticut to Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, Maryland to the Carolinas to the ATL to Miami, Florida to Chicago to Los Angeles to the north of the border of Canada to Puerto Rico to Honolulu, Hawaii to the United Kingdom, even the land down under. iPower 1 FM. Keep it right here.
It's the best. The iPower Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show. iPower's own Stefan Mason, live in the High Planet Studios, keeping it old school on the IPES.
Now on the iPower Evening Show.
This is iPower's own Stefan Mason, keeping it old school here on the IPES. I'm back, y'all. I got more to say. Now, black people, I told you about the all-white jury in Kenosha, Wisconsin, on how this trial sided with Kyle Rittenhouse before the trial even started. It was all fixed from the beginning. That's why I'm not outraged about the not guilty verdict. Now let's talk about these 11 whites and 1 black juror in that trial down in Brunswick, Georgia, that convicted these 3 racist whites, killing Ahmaud Arbery for being black. Now, what's the difference between that trial and this trial with 3 white racist bigots that killed Ahmaud Arbery? The jury down in Brunswick, Georgia, were listening and looking at the facts first and taking white off the table. This jury was not looking at race because the defendants were white, even though the murder of Ahmaud Arbery was in fact racially motivated by hate. The defense attorney for these 3 whites that murdered Ahmaud Arbery were the ones using the race card during that trial, saying, "Oh, there better not be any more black pastors into the witness trial. Oh, Al Sharpton was good enough. Oh, we don't need no Jesse Jacksons or any of these black pastors that will persuade the judge to convict these men out of prejudice." Say what? And guess what? Guess what? These black pastors from all over the country went down to Brunswick, Georgia, coming together with the likes of Reverend Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson in support of the Ahmaud Arbery family to get justice. The defense attorney for these 3 whites were using the race card to describe Ahmaud Arbery of having dirty toenails and that he smelled. Say what? Now, mind you, these are the same bigots telling African Americans that, oh, we need to stop playing the race card. Well, first of all, what was the defense attorney doing during the trial? Playing the race card, saying, oh, Ahmaud Arbery had dirty toenails, that he stank, knowing that Arbery was wearing socks and sneakers when he was jogging. and then followed by these three racist whites and gunned him down like a stray dog. And what was great about the prosecution is when they cross-examined Travis McMichael, who pulled the trigger killing Ahmaud Arbery, who McMichael has admitted on the stand under oath, saying that Ahmaud Arbery did nothing to him nor said anything to him. Ahmaud Arbery was just jogging, stopping at a construction site of a house being built. Mind you, other whites were walking, stopping and checking out the house that was under construction, did the same thing, and nothing was taken by Arbery. But these racist bigots felt like, oh, he's up to no good. Oh, we must make a citizen's arrest. Make a citizen's arrest for what? Oops, I forgot. He's a nigger. So we must kill ourselves a nigger. That's what y'all saw, because that's what y'all was thinking. And y'all thought y'all was going to get away with killing a black man because y'all down in the state of Georgia, having a history of white supremacy, the KKK, and these good old boys lynching, killing, and shooting black men and raping black women for decades. That is what the state of Georgia is known for. White supremacy. But these good old boys on that trial thought they was doing the state of Georgia a big favor by killing a black man, because to y'all racist bigots, he's an automatic criminal based on skin color. And these bigots wasn't arrested right away. It took the mother of Ahmaud Arbery to put the pressure on the DA to make an arrest, and she got what she demanded in order to receive justice. And by the grace of God and keeping the faith, she got the justice for her son, Ahmaud Arbery. All three defendants of Travis and Greg McMichael, along with William Bryant, were convicted on all counts of murder and will spend the rest of their lives behind bars with no possibility of parole by Georgia state law. Yes, we as blacks, African Americans, may have gotten victory in this trial, along with former officer Derek Chauvin, convicted in the trial for the murder of George Floyd. But we as black folks got a long way to go when it comes to equal justice for all and not for some. Enough said on that. Moving right along. Chris Cuomo. I should have known you would show your true colors last year, supporting your brother who's the former governor of New York, protecting him while you was on CNN. Now you lost your job, your radio show, and everything, covering up your brother's sexual assaults towards women. Andrew Cuomo is nothing but a dirty old man fondling these women against their will. And Chris Cuomo is in hot water doing the same damn thing against women, refuses to touch on that story when he was hosting his primetime program on CNN. Well, Chris Cuomo has been fired since last year. Oh well, I keep telling y'all, I don't give a damn if you're a Republican or a Democrat, conservative or liberal, Fox News, MSNBC, or CNN. I will call out y'all asses, because none of y'all don't get a free ride from me. Your ass will get called out by yours truly, Stefan Mason, because I keeps it old school, keeps it real, and keeps it deep. Enough said on that. And as I close up here on my keeping it old school. Now, I'm not a big fan of this young brother, but we lost him last year in Memphis, Tennessee. His name was rapper Young Dolph, who was senselessly murdered at age 36 based on jealousy and self-hate. Not by some racist whites, but by self-hate blacks. That's right. It was Negroes that murdered this young brother, who was checking up on his family's business in Memphis, running a black-owned business bakery, making cookies. Young Dolph, who loved his black community, loved his hood when he came back home to give back to his people that loved and supported him, was savagely murdered by the same black community. Now, I'm not blaming all the black community at all, because we know that the government designed it this way to cut off black and brown people who to them are not important. However, this self-hate within some blacks is the reason why Young Dolph is dead. Same thing what happened to Nipsey Hussle. Dead based on self-hate. All because Nipsey Hussle got love and support from his Crenshaw community down in L.A. Young Dolph got that same love and support down in Memphis. So wait a minute. If you from the hood ain't getting that same love nor support and did not make it, you gonna take your own brother's or your sister's life away from the black community, from the hood, all because you ain't getting that same love and support? Hit that damn tape. Sure, you may get that same love and support later on while serving a life sentence. By then it will be too late because you took a person's life based on self-hate. And finally, my condolences go out to the godfather of black music, Clarence Savant, who lost his wife in an attempted home invasion, who was also murdered by a Negro who did not know himself, let alone cared about his own black life. We talking the late, great Jacqueline Avant, who was 81 years young, a senior citizen, a black elder who would not hurt no one. She was a sweet woman who loved her husband and loved everybody. And now she's murdered by a Negro who was filled with self-hate and did not value black life at all. My condolences goes out to the Avant family and also to the family of young Dolph. Plus, we lost a legend. The Hollywood world is mourning the loss of Sidney Poitier, who left this earth on January 6th of this year at 94, paving the way for future African-American actors like Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, and more of our black excellent actors. Their gifted souls that I mentioned who passed may have left this earth, but they will never be forgotten. Rest in power to all who lost their lives senselessly, all because some of our own don't know ourselves, don't love ourselves, and don't value black life. With that said, this is iPower's own Stefan Mason, keeping it old school here on the IPES. Enough said.
Tunnel Thursday.
Power 98.9 New York.
Y'all be emailing me like I ain't got no feelings at all. I'll be just saying what you want to say about me. That's what I can't stand. I can't stand you email. Let me say something to everybody listening to me now. If you don't like my radio show, your radio dial go up and it go down. Turn your damn station and quit listening to me. Send me. I got a woman writing me every week how much she can't stand me. Well, I got news for you. I ain't that good a Christian yet, so I can't stand your funky ass either.
We have two different mindsets in this country, and it's a clash. And I think we should just be mature adults and understand this is a very important juncture that we're at.
I've done nobody wrong, but I'm treated so bad.
They just emailing me anything they want to, stuff I don't even ask their opinion on. Now you can kiss my ass.
DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. Untitled Thursday, the iPower Evening Show.
Join us for another 15 on the 1 music joint tomorrow night, featuring non-stop music Monday through Friday, exclusively during the iPower Show. Coming up after the break during Speak It Loud Talk 360, Black Topic Thursdays tonight. Is there homophobia within the black communities nationwide? People talking about rapper Lil Bootsy going after openly black gay rapper Lil Nas X, claiming that he's exploiting the gay agenda within the black communities. Where do you stand with black men and women of the LGBTQ? Are some African Americans also bigots and homophobic of black people's sexual orientation? We'll talk more about that at the bottom of the hour.
Call and express your mind. Express your mind. 917-470-9355. 917-470-9355. Join the conversation now. Keep it locked on the iPower Evening Show.
Tunnel Thursday.
It's an iPower Evening Show.
This is New York City. This is the iPower Evening Show. This is Internet Radio. iPower 98.9. One Nation under urban music.
Time for tonight's Connecticut State Lottery numbers on New York's iPower 98.9.
Time for last night's Connecticut winning lottery numbers for Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. Midday Play 3 daily drawings was 842 with the wild ball number 7. That's 842 with the wild ball number 7. Evening Play 3 daily drawings was 370 with the wild ball number 0. That's 370 with the wild ball number 0. Midday Play 4 daily drawings was 2473 with the wild ball number 7. That's 2473 with the wild ball number 7. Evening Play 4 daily drawings was 2643 with the wild ball number 0. That's 2643 with the wild ball number 0. Cash 5, 11, 12, 13, 19, 30. That's 11, 12, 13, 19, 30. Powerball 22, 30, 40, 42, 48 with the Powerball number 16 with the Power Play times 2. That's 20, 30, 40, 42, 48 with the Powerball number 16 with the Power Play times 2. There was no jackpot winners last night. The next estimated jackpot for Saturday, February 19th, 2022 will be $31 million. Tonight's jackpot game is Lucky for Life. Estimated jackpot $1,000 a day for life. For more results from recent or past lottery drawings online, log on to ctlottery.org. That's ctlottery.org and check out to see if you're a jackpot winner. Good luck.
iPower 1 FM. The iPower Evening Show.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program does not reflect the views or opinions of Heart Planet Media, iPower 1, the volunteers of this station, nor its advertisements. iPower 1, NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9.
Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show.
Live concert performances coming to the New York and Tri-State area. The Concert Q Report. Right here, right now. On the iPower Evening Show.
I'm UnPretty Ricky along with Stefan Mason. Time for the Concert Q Report. All major events are announced during Eastern Standard Time. Concert events are subject to change, depending on the current pandemic. Moving on to comedy.
Bruce coming to the Punchline in Philly on Friday, February 18th at 7:30 and 10 p.m. tomorrow night. On Saturday, February 19th at 7:30 and 10 p.m. And on Sunday, February 20th at 7 p.m.
Merlin Wings coming to the Night Lively Live in West Nyack, New York on Wednesday, February 23rd at 7:30 p.m. On Thursday, February 24th at 7:30 and 9:45 p.m. And coming to the Music Box at the Bogota in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Friday, February 25th at 7 p.m. George Lopez coming to the Met Philadelphia in Philly on Saturday, March 12th at 8 p.m. Coming to the Capitol Theater in Port Chester, New York on Thursday, May 12th at 8 p.m. Coming to the Wellmont Theater in Montclair, New Jersey on Friday, May 13th at 6:30 p.m. And coming to the NYCB Theater in Westbury, New York on Saturday, May 14th at 8 p.m. Tony Baker coming to the Carolines on Broadway in NYC on Thursday, April 7th at 7:30, on Friday, April 8th at 7:30 and 9:45 p.m., and on Saturday, April 9th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. Corey Holcomb coming to the Carolines on Broadway in NYC on Thursday, April 14th at 7 p.m., on Friday, April 15th at 7 and 9:45 p.m., and on Saturday, April 16th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. Andrew Schultz from the Brilliant Idiots coming to Radio City Music Hall on Saturday, April 16th at 10 p.m. and on Saturday, April 23rd at 7 p.m.
Cedric the Entertainer coming to the King's Theater in Brooklyn on Friday, April 29th at 8 p.m.
Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out coming to the Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater in Waughton, New York on Thursday, June 2nd at 8 p.m. and coming to the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey on Friday, June 3rd at 8 p.m. Jay Farrell coming to the Carolines on Broadway in NYC on Thursday, June 9th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. on Saturday, June 11th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. and on Sunday, June 12th at 7 p.m. And that should do it for the Concert Report on this Thursday, February 17th, 2022. You have a good evening. I'm UnPretty Ricky.
And I'm Stefan Mason.
For more information on where your performer or performers are performing at, log on to Ticketmaster.com or LiveNation.com. That should do it for the Concert Q. We'll do it again.
Only on the iPower Evening Show, exclusively on your station, iPower 1 FM.
Let's be real. We're number one. Because of you. You got your radio locked on to the hottest station.
Internet station. iPower 1. New York City. Your home for the iPower Evening Show. Speak it loud. 360. Join the conversation now on the iPower Evening Show.
Good evening, everyone. DeMarco, Ricky, and Stefan in the building. This is Black Topic Thursday on Speak It Loud Talk 360 on the IPES. Are there homophobias within the black community? That's what we're talking about tonight. Now, I know it's going to be uncomfortable for some in the black community to talk about this, but we got to talk about this. Now, there is no secret that the LGBTQ does exist within black communities nationwide, but at the same time, some of us deny that there's no bigotry towards black folks and African Americans who are openly gay. Now, according to rapper Lil Bootsy Badass, who said he's not prejudiced nor bigot towards gays. And you got other black folks in our communities that said being gay is a choice and they are child molesters. Nothing can be further from the truth, because whether you want to believe this or not, there is a such thing as some people being born gay since birth.
Not only that, somebody who's a child molester doesn't just apply to gay people neither.
No.
You got straight people who molest children too.
Right.
You even got some black family members molesting their own children, molesting their own nephew or niece, son or daughter. So therefore, you cannot make gay people, whether they black, white, or brown, the scapegoat, knowing that child molestation can happen to any child by any adult, regardless if they're gay or straight.
That's right. Now, back in the day, we would use the F word that rhymes with maggot in another term that you a punk, you chicken, you weak, knowing that the F word hurts some gay people.
Yeah.
I don't want to compare that to the N word, because we as black people have suffered 10 times far worse than gay people.
Right. Lil Bootsy, you mentioned, this past summer last year, had a huge problem with Lil Nas X's sexual orientation. He denies that he's a bigot or that he's prejudiced.
Right.
Now, let's be real here. Black people can't be racist if we cannot control systematic racism, police departments, or even the criminal justice system.
You're right
that
about
may be
that,
true.
brother.
However, there is a such thing as some blacks being prejudiced, being bigots themselves towards gays, lesbians, and transgenders, where there's a lot of homophobia within the black communities nationwide. When you see some of these God-fearing Christians thumping the Holy Bible talking about God gonna send you to hell for choosing homosexuality, that homosexuality is the number one sin out of all the sins of the world.
Now, you see, this is the problem I have for some black folks.
Exactly.
And Ricky, you brought up a good point on what you're saying. It's not just Black Lives Matter and cancel culture that picks and chooses what battles to fight, but you got some black so-called Christians that do the same damn thing.
Of course.
How is it being homosexual or bisexual, being gay, is the number one sin in the Holy Bible, but adultery is left off the table, murder is left off the table, child molestation within the black family is left off the table.
That's right.
So you telling me all those things that I mentioned are put to the side and not a sin for some Bible thumpers out there, but your main focus is on gay people as the number one sin. Makes no sense. Get that damn tape. That don't make no damn sense.
No, it doesn't.
So we picking and choosing who's more sinful than the other. Sin is a sin.
It is.
Sin is sin.
Right.
No sin that goes against the Holy Bible is bigger than the other.
Right.
Sin is sin.
That's it.
So if you gonna say homosexuality is the number one sin, then you need to keep that same energy and call out those in our black communities who are committing adultery, stealing out these stores, shoplifting, selling drugs on the street to our own black folks, and randomly killing your own people.
That's right.
Come on,
I
now.
agree, Stefan.
Why don't some of these Bible thumpers call out these sinners?
Seriously.
Because you're too damn busy focusing on black folks who some are gay for all the wrong sinful reasons and denying that you a damn bigot and homophobic towards black gay people. Therefore, some of y'all need to stop tripping.
Amen.
Acting like all of a sudden you you got love for the black community, that you got love for all black people in our hoods, knowing damn well that's a lie.
Self-hate still exists within our own people.
Yes.
But knowing some of these Negroes, they will deny that too.
Like as always.
Of course.
I mean, how can you say I love all black people but hate gay people who are black?
Right.
Please explain that to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Lord have mercy.
All right, what is your take? Are some African Americans homophobic within the black communities? It's SIL Talk 360. Let's go to the phone lines.
iPower 1 FM. Call and express your mind. Express your mind. Join the conversation now on the iPower Evening Show.
Express your mind.
Clarence, you're next on iPower 1. Go ahead, Clarence.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How you doing, brother?
What's up there, bruh?
Clarence, what's going on, brother?
Are some African Americans homophobic within the African American communities?
Well, that depends on who's prejudiced and who's a bigot in the black community. Now, don't get me wrong. When I use the word that wasn't meant to be homophobic towards people who I had a beef with back in the day. That was meant that you was a punk, you a bitch, you weak.
Yeah.
That word was in no way, shape, or form directed at people who were gay.
I heard you on that, brother. I ain't gonna sit here and lie on this program, because I used to use the F word that rhymes with maggot on numerous times, meaning that you a punk or you weak.
Right.
But at the same time, that was never directed to somebody that was gay in our communities.
Well, when it comes to black gay people in our community, they were not allowed to embrace their homosexuality at one time back in the day.
No.
Because they would be automatically discriminated.
That's right.
Music superstars like Sylvester or Jermaine Stewart, they were not allowed to say that they were gay. But we knew that they were gay.
Yes, we did.
They couldn't come out at the time and say it publicly.
No.
Fearing a backlash from the black communities who are showing their homophobia towards gays, lesbians, and transgenders.
Right.
That's right.
Back then, the black community was very strict against homosexuality, but it slowly became fully embraced today by some.
Thanks for your call, Clarence. Stacey J, you're next tonight, Power 1. Go ahead, Stace.
Stacey J, represent your path.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up there,
What's
bruh?
going on, brother?
Are some African Americans homophobic within the African American communities?
Well, back in the day, the black community was affiliated with homosexuality, or you would be beaten or killed. You feel what I'm saying?
Correct.
So yeah, I would say that some black people in our communities are homophobic and will never accept that gay lifestyle where gay people at one time couldn't live their lives. You feel what I'm saying?
Bruh, I'd rather, by the way, we got LGBTQ listening audience that listens to our program online.
We do.
Jump a gap bomb for the LGBTQ for listening to us that we support on who they are.
Absolutely.
Back then in the black communities, black gay people who were in the closet at one time were not allowed to embrace themselves. They had to lie to save their own lives from harm's way to say that, oh, I have a girlfriend or a wife. Same thing with our lesbian sisters who had to lie back in the day and say that I'm with a boyfriend or a husband.
Well, let's face the facts on this program. Yes, blacks cannot be racist because we don't own corporate businesses, police stations, courthouses, and so.
That's right.
However, some blacks, African Americans, can be bigots, can be prejudiced.
Absolutely.
Because I've seen for myself, has witness on how some gay men and women being harassed by other blacks who are not gay, calling them the F word that rhymes with maggot.
Right.
Let's not act like the whole entire black population of this country don't have no kind of hatred in their hearts. I'm not talking about all blacks, but some blacks out there have hatred for homosexuality.
Oh, yeah.
Thumping the Holy Bible against homosexuality.
Right. And some of them are also hypocrites, using the Bible against homosexuality, knowing that some have a gay son or a gay lesbian daughter in their families, or even transgender. Precious Paul, you're next tonight, Power 1. Go ahead, Precious Paul.
Yes, this is Precious Paul from Yonkers.
How you doing, brother?
What's up there, bro?
What's going on, brother?
Are some African Americans homophobic within the African American communities?
Yes, you had me on the phone several years ago with my friend Peter Passion from Boston talking about this bigot named Conservative Caven.
Yeah. I remember you.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah.
I know who Conservative Caven is. We had him on the show that day. He is clearly lost for a so-called black man who's against the black communities.
Ain't Conservative Caven married to a white woman?
Yes,
That's the one.
unfortunately.
And taking orders from his white woman.
Lord.
So we already know Caven is oppressed by his oppressors.
I ain't
Lord
surprised.
have mercy.
Hey, Ricky.
Hey.
Thanks for defending the LGBTQ.
Hey, what's happening there, King?
Oh, honey, call me Queen, because that's who I is.
All right, Queen. If that suits you well, then Queen it is.
Now,
Yeah.
Precious Paul,
You've been on the show before who dealt with bigotry by a black conservative named Caven, who in my opinion is a damn bigot and a homophobe. But this is not about Caven, so F him. We're talking about the black community and the LGBTQ plus that is also part of the black community, because we got gays, lesbians, and transgenders who some are black living in our communities. Are there African Americans who are homophobic when it comes to the LGBTQ?
Yes, absolutely. How do I know that? Because I was a victim of verbal and physical gay bashing, all because I was an openly gay black male who was living his life freely and minding my own damn business. Focusing on my own life and my own sexual orientation was something that I did not choose to be. I was born gay because I didn't realize I was gay till I was 10 years old, loving boys around my childhood age when I was a kid, and never had interest for girls at that time.
Right.
Now that I'm a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman, my love interest has always been for gay black men, regardless of color or nationality.
Now, we know about Black Lives Matter in our communities. The black LGBTQ feels that they have been left out on purpose out of the conversation, because some from BLM feels that the black LGBTQ is not their problem or their main concern, because they don't care about black lives when it comes to police brutality. What do you think about that?
True. That is not true at all.
Okay.
The LGBTQ within the black communities are just as concerned for our lives against police brutality and systematic racism as the Black Lives Matter movement. Gay black men and women has always been left out of the conversation for a long time when black gay people are also the target by those same police officers. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, you are a target of racism regardless.
Do you think Black Lives Matter discriminates against the black LGBTQ?
Yes, and let me tell you why. There have been multiple deaths of transgender women in our communities. The black LGBTQ has always been left out of the conversation when we as black gay men and women are going through the same racism and bigotry, knowing that we have bigots who are black in our communities, okay?
Right.
But no, them bigoted ass they'll try to deny that they ain't bigots and then say that they love all black people. I call that bullshit.
Right, I hear you on that, Precious Paul. Thanks for your call. We got more callers waiting on the line. Pete Sonny, you're next on iPower 1 FM. Go ahead, Pete Sonny.
Pete Sonny on the loose.
How you doing, my brother?
What's up there, bro?
Pete Sonny, what's going on, brother? Are African Americans homophobic within the black communities?
Well, my brother, black people need to work on themselves when it comes to loving our people for who they are.
You're right, my brother.
Unfortunately, it shouldn't take somebody's sexual preference to divide us as black people in America trying to come together.
Do you think bigotry exists within the black community?
Oh, absolutely. We are dealing with not only homophobia within the black communities, but we're also dealing with hypocrisy within our communities. With some black Christians think the Holy Bible and say that homosexuality is the number one sin out of all the sins in the world that were committed against God Almighty.
Right.
That's not just an attack on the black LGBTQ based on hatred, but that is black on black self-hatred towards ourselves in general.
Correct. Like I said before, Brother Pete, blacks cannot be racist, but some of us can be prejudiced, some of us can be bigots, and some can be ignorant about our people. And there are some who are black that hate gay people in general, regardless of their race, religion, or nationality.
That's right. We as black people need to repair within ourselves to rid this hatred of our own.
That's right, I agree. Thanks for your call, Pete Sonny. Lamont, you're next on iPower 1 FM. Go ahead, Lamont.
Yeah, this is Lamont.
Are some African Americans homophobic within the African American communities?
Yes, they are, and let me tell you why. Even though I myself is not gay, and it's not for homosexuality, but all of the black community hates not only gay people, but they all hate white people, law enforcement, and President Trump.
Goodbye, Lamont. You said what you said. Your thoughtless opinions will not go any further on this program. Nope, Lamont, I don't think so. Do us all a big favor. Do not call up here tomorrow on this program, because you will get hung up on.
Damn right.
You sound so foolish thinking that all African Americans are this toxic waste to whites, law enforcement, and to our own people. Well, if that's the case, and we blacks are so bad, evil, racist, and toxic, why are you calling up on this program talking to us, sir? Because the way you talk about black people so negatively, like we belong in the trash and left at curbside to be picked up by sanitary workers to be dumped in the garbage truck, You the one who is black himself, by the way, that sounds like an evil, self-hating bigot.
That's because Lamont is a self-hating bigot who doesn't love his black self.
Nope.
Not just towards the LGBTQ, nah, but towards the black community.
That's right.
The same place he's from.
That's right. We got enemies who are black in our own backyards.
You ain't never lied.
It is sad that we as African Americans live through this self-hate crap. It's ridiculous. Rayshawn, you're next on iPower 1 FM. Go ahead, Rayshawn.
Hey, what up, DeMarco? What up, Ricky? What up, Stefan?
How you doing, my brother?
What's up there, bro?
My Nubian brother. What's going on? Are some African Americans homophobic within the black communities?
Look, my dear brothers, if there's anyone who is toxic, evil, self-hating, and a bigot, it's called as Lamont. Let's keep it 100.
Right.
Lamont hates black people, hates himself, and wishes he was white.
That's right.
Enough about that damn low-life coon.
Yes.
As for the black community, being homophobic towards the black LGBTQ, 1,000% yes, even though I'm not gay. However, it's not all of the black communities that are bigots towards gays, lesbians, and transgenders.
No.
Because the ones who are bigots towards the LGBTQ does not speak for the whole entire black community.
No, they don't.
These black so-called Christians who flip their holy Bibles against homosexuality does not speak for the whole entire black church. Knowing that we got some black Christians who are gay, are playing on the drums, playing on the organ, and singing in the church choir up in the black church. And yes, black people cannot be racist because we don't own major businesses, running major corporations, or controlling systematic racism within these police departments, fire departments, courthouses, or privatized prisons.
That's right,
However,
brother.
some of our people can be prejudiced and complete bigots, not just towards the LGBTQ, but towards ourselves as black people.
Right.
Who are not trying to uplift our black communities from out of this self-hatred, learning to love our people. Black people.
Come on.
Those my brothers.
Thank you, Rayshawn.
Later, King.
Take care, brother. All right, reading your text. Next. Keep it locked.
Untitled Thursday.
iPower 1, NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. The iPower Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show.
Speak It Loud 360 continues.
Right here, right now.
On the iPower Evening Show.
My Thursday rant, DeMarco Comes Real, tonight, coming up in hour 4 at 15 minutes before the hour. We're streaming on our official website, iPower1FM.com, or at tuning.com, keyword, iPower FM. Listen to us anytime, 24/7.
Incoming message.
Text your mind. Text your mind on SIL Talk 360. Talking about, are some African Americans homophobic within the black communities? Dominiqua Love, 83, from Baltimore, Maryland, writes, I'm not gay, but I do have female friends that are lesbian that I've grown up with. There's a lot of hatred towards the LGBTQ within the black community here in Bmore City. Hate is real. Lawrence Ford, 55, from the ATL, writes, here in Atlanta is the black gay capital where the LGBT is fully embraced here in the city. If you are gay or lesbian, fine, but that don't mean I myself has to accept nor embrace it, because that's not how I was brought up. Hey, to each his own, Lawrence Ford, 55. Mr. Bosdog, 857, from Dorchester, Massachusetts, writes, yes, I do agree that the black community can be prejudiced. Some can be bigots and homophobic when it comes to black gay men and women, but not all black heterosexuals think that about another human being.
Tashawn Williams from Toronto, Canada writes, I'm a proud, openly gay black man who used to live in Washington, D.C., and there were a lot of black people that were homophobic and hated black gay people. So yes, the black communities are full of bigots when it comes to the LGBTQ. Proud Jamaican Reggie from Jamaica, Queens writes, down in Jamaica, they were once strict against homosexuals. Now they're embracing it. Some black people do hate them, yes, but I can't hate them. I said, let God take care of that. But at the same time, I wasn't raised that way to love another man. Lady G 313 from Detroit, Michigan writes, I happens to be a black lesbian and I love women. I did not choose this way. That's something the black communities like mine don't accept. So there are bigots, unfortunately.
Niecy Bailey from Chicago, Illinois writes, My son was murdered at 23 years old because he was gay. He was murdered by a black man who spent the rest of his life in prison over hate crime. There's indeed homophobia within the black communities here in Chicago. I'm not surprised, and my condolences go out to you, sister. Absolutely. Benny from the Bean from Roxbury, Massachusetts writes, for me, I grew up in the black community loving women, and I do see some of our people harassing black gay folks, but not much here in Boston. Let them live their lives and love who they want to love. I say the same thing, Benny from the Bean. I mean, if you ain't gay and the other person sitting next to you is, what that got to do with you? Exactly. He don't want you.
That's what I'm saying. That gay brother is living his life, loving another man, loving another person of the same sex.
Right.
Negro, he ain't even thinking about you.
That's right. He ain't even thinking about your black ass. Thank you. And Brother Malik 69 from Harlem, New York writes, my dear African brother, homosexuality is against God and it's against the Holy Quran. Those in our community that choose to be gay are confused of who they are as a black man or woman. I don't call it homophobia, and I say that's out of love to all my people. So what's the moral of the story?
Love is love. You go live your life and let me go live mine. You see, it's hard for black communities nationwide to accept who's in their communities, which is the LGBTQ. And some black folks who are against homosexuality is so in denial that they hate gay people. I mean, nobody in the LGBT community who are black are coming up to you with a gun to your head saying, you better love me or else. No!
What? They're not even doing that.
Let me say we do have members of the LGBTQ who are black, listens to this program, and we do embrace the LGBTQ.
That's Peter Passion from Boston, who happens to be a white gay male, and Precious Paul from Yonkers, New York, who happens to be a black gay man, listens to this show as well.
Yes, indeed.
And yes, I understand where black folks are coming from who are not gay, saying that I wasn't brought up this way in the family. I'm a black man who loves women. I'm a black woman who loves men.
That's fine. To each his own.
Nobody from the LGBTQ is telling you who to love and who to be with.
Right.
The real problem is that some black folks, who some are nosy, want to meddle in the business of two gay couples, telling them who they should love based on the Holy Bible. See, that's the problem with some black folks. We haven't learned how to mind our own damn business when it comes to somebody out there who do not approve of their lifestyle or sexual orientation.
Right.
If you gay or lesbian or transgender,
that ain't none of my business.
What does their sexual orientation got to do with you as a straight black man or woman?
Right.
I say keep y'all black asses walking and leave these gay men and women alone in our communities.
Exactly.
You acting like they want you. They don't want you.
Hell no.
They don't want you.
You ain't never lied.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rick and Stefan. Shoutouts to iPower 2 on our YouTube channel. Keyword, iPower 1 Nation Real. For those who are leaving us right now, tune in tomorrow. Those who are staying, you got 5 minutes before our mics get hot here on the IPES.
iPower 1.
iPower 1 FM.
NYC, New York City. On the iPower Evening Show.
Don't touch that dial.
The iPower Evening Show. After your local CBS News break. Keep it locked on 98.9.
Old fucking Disco Friday. The iPower Evening Show. Weeknights only on iPower 1 FM. One Nation under urban music. Go to iPower1FM.com and listen to the iPower Evening Show or TuneIn.com. Keyword iPower 1 FM. The iPower Evening Show is back.
Right here, right now.
The mic is now hot.
The iPower Evening Show.
Final hour of the iPower Evening Show, celebrating 15 years on iPower 1. Thank you once again for being with us. Another Maury drama, courtesy of the Maury Show. That's coming up next at 20 minutes past the hour. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, here in the 4th hour. Plus, I got my Thursday rant. DeMarco comes real at 15 before the hour. Talking about the injustice in America, where the word justice does not apply to black folks and people of color, meaning there's two Americas, one for black and brown and people of color, and the other for whites only. Kyle Rittenhouse is a perfect example. DeMarco comes real. That's coming up at 15 before the hour. Keep it locked.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell what I feel.
Now, I know as an American, we're afforded certain inalienable rights. Did I say right? Inalienable? No, inalienable. I can say it properly because remember, I'm a college graduate. But we have the right to speak freely about whatever we want to speak about. However, there's some people that you just wish they would shut the hell up. And that person should be murderer Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, the Kenosha shooter who was acquitted by a pretty much all-white jury. Yeah, he's mad at LeBron James. Sometimes we all get mad at LeBron. But he's mad at LeBron James because LeBron James made fun of him during his trial. Everybody thought it was just a big show when he was up there crying. And LeBron just pointed out something. Where are the tears? I don't see any tears. And of course, Rittenhouse basically said, I was a LeBron fan. And he says, well, not anymore. F him. Because, I don't like the way he made fun of me. I'm sorry. You murdered 2 people. You're mad about LeBron speaking out? How about we come up with some kind of law or something that if you murder 2 people in the street, you get to shut the up. How about that? But no, this is America. You can do that. You can be a killer and be offended because you didn't like what LeBron James said to you or about you. Come on now. Yeah, I'm all for some legislation that says, hey, if I murder somebody, I need to shut the up. I like that. And that's what this dude needs to do. He needs to sit down because right now they're trying to make him out to be a hero. How do you get to kill somebody that is not armed with another weapon and you're a hero? And this guy's all over the place because, the extreme right wing been really trying hard to attach their wagons to him, and he's been crapping on them too. But I think at some point he needs to sit down and have several seats somewhere, like LeBron James. I'm going to chalk that up to who gives a put it in that department. Anyway, y'all, that's my rant.
The iPower Evening Show, where the best and the brightest are about to be informed.
Sybil Wilkes, what you need to know. A daily newsletter is a real clear breakdown of everything that you need to know to keep you informed and empowered. For Sybil's daily newsletter, sign up now for free at SybilWilkes.com. That's SybilWilkes.com.
The iPower Evening Show. Untitled Thursday. Time for tonight's New York forecast on iPower 98.9.
54 will be a low tonight, periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Tomorrow, windy, colder in the afternoon with a high of 54. Tomorrow night will be a low of 27 degrees in NYC. Bundle up. Saturday will be a high of 43. With your New York AccuWeather forecast on iPower 989, I'm UnPretty Ricky.
iPower 98.9. One nation under urban music.
Join me, DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason for Old Funky Disco Friday tomorrow night, 7 to 11 on the iPower Evening Show. We got the concert report, the Clown Donkey Hall of Shame, the email bag, your sports update. Plus, text your mind into the show and free your mind during Express Your Mind. We're always streaming online 24/7 on our official website. Go to iPower989NewYork.com. Like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Keyword iPower1Real. Check out up-to-date news, sports, and entertainment. Check out new upcoming radio and TV shows online. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Get connected and keep it locked. Go to iPower989NewYork.com.
iPower 1, NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. The iPower Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show.
Time for DeMarco's Rant.
DeMarco's Rant.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop lying.
Hey, I'm just telling you how I feel. DeMarco comes real.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm not going to let your false narratives against me go unchallenged. DeMarco comes real.
Right here, right now.
On the iPower Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show. DeMarco comes real every Tuesday and Thursday. Time for my rant. Well, it's no secret, ladies and gentlemen, that white privilege in America has prevailed once again, as Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty last year on all counts, going across state line, murdering 2 protesters over the police shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Thank God he's still alive, but he's paralyzed from the gunshot wounds in the back. But back to Kyle Rittenhouse, 17 years old at that time, a Trump supporter and part of the Proud Boys. Look, that trial was a complete joke from the beginning. And it was an all-white jury, of course, that got him off. This racist judge on the bench, Bruce Schroeder, was in cahoots with Kyle Rittenhouse since day one of this trial. And what is so strange about this trial wasn't about him trying to cry on the stand with no tears like a jackass, trying to convince the jury that he was the victim, which the all-white jury bought it. Now you're going to hear the far-right Trumpers say, what does race have anything to do with this? The protesters who were killed were white. Yes, they were white. However, Kyle Rittenhouse shot and killed them to start trouble with the Black Lives Matter protests. And that BS statement Kyle gave to Tucker Carlson on Fox News that he supports Black Lives Matter was a bunch of crap. Look, you may fool the American viewers with that nonsense, but you damn sure ain't gonna fool black people with that crap. Cause we already know that Kyle Rittenhouse and his mother, who both was in Kenosha, Wisconsin to disrupt the BLM protests, where both Rittenhouse and his mother are racist as hell. Kyle Rittenhouse don't got a racist bone in his body. Bullshit. After the shooting of those two protest victims, the police treated Rittenhouse like a prince and not a damn criminal that he truly is. I mean, can you imagine Kyle Rittenhouse was black or brown and shot two of the same white protesters who were killed by a black Kyle Rittenhouse? That Negro would have been DOA on the ground. You know it, I know it, America knows it. And this Judge Schroeder saw how the protesters were murdered by Rittenhouse, telling these prosecutors not to call them victims, but call them looters and animals. He was talking about white people in that protest, not just black folks. Oh yeah, white supremacy throughout history will go after white folks who will look at them as quote-unquote nigger lovers. We all know the history of what the KKK can do to white folks, helping black folks. They will treat them like N-words, and some whites have. By the way, did you know some white folks who helped black folks during the Jim Crow civil rights era were also lynched right next to a black person on tree branches? It's in the history book. Look it up. Yes, white people have been lynched too. Called the N-word, saying you want to be a nigger lover? We'll treat you like one. You see, it's not the whole entire white race in America that is racist. It is white supremacy and systematic racism. Separate white people from white supremacy. Because not all white folks are racist. For an example, the trial of these three white racist bigots down in Georgia, that is deeply rooted with the Ku Klux Klan, that has murdered black people for decades. That ain't no secret. Ahmaud Arbery, young black man, was murdered by these three racist good old boys, good old white boys from Georgia. Travis McMichael, his father Greg McMichael, and William Bryan were all convicted on all counts. This attack on an innocent black man who was jogging in the Georgia suburbs of Brunswick, minding his own business, doing daily jogging, checking out a house under construction, just like any other person, whether black or white, were passing by. Nothing was taken. Nothing was stolen. So these three good old white boys decided to take the law into their own hands and kill this young black man with a shotgun, trying to make a so-called citizen's arrest. When you saw the man's skin color, your first thought was, I'ma kill me a nigger. That's what y'all was thinking. So let's cut out the BS on that crap. Y'all was hunting black folks like you was hunting deers. These three thought they was gonna get off because there were 11 whites and 1 black in that jury box. They thought wrong. That jury that was majority white saw 25-year-old victim Ahmaud Arbery as the victim and not a criminal. And the crap about dirty toenails on Ahmaud Arbery by the defense attorney shows you that their white supremacist beliefs are still embedded in the hearts of hatred for black people. Yes, Ahmaud Arbery's family finally got justice. These three good old white boys are going away for life. But we as black and brown folks still got a long way to go for real justice. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is my rant.
The world's most kick-ass online radio show, the iPower Evening Show.
Tunnel Thursday.
It's the iPower Evening Show. One nation under urban music. iPower 98.9. Coming up tomorrow on iPower 1, DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
Funk and Disco Friday.
The iPower Evening Show. Keep it locked on iPower 1 FM.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program does not reflect the views or opinions of Heart Planet Media, iPower One, the volunteers of this station, nor its advertisements.
All right, the show is over. Thanks for listening to us on this Time Tunnel Thursday, celebrating 15 years of iPower One. We'll do this again tomorrow, same time. Please take the iPower One challenge. Listen to all 4 hours of this online radio show. Let your heart be the judge of what you think of our radio program.
Absolutely. We got more commercial-free R&B classic soul music on the way at the top of the hour. We're always streaming live. If you missed the whole entire show tonight, go to our official website, iPower1FM.com, or at TuneIn.com, keyword iPowerFM. Download the app for free on your phone or tablet to pick up our online radio show. Plus, you can now check out the whole entire show on YouTube, keyword iPower One Nation Real.
Huge shout-outs to iPower One Nation for listening. Take care of yourselves out there. And furthermore, till we meet again, which is tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. God bless. Be safe. We're gone. And in closing, Ricky, give us that positive note.
Be happy. Not because everything is good, but because you can see the good side of everything.
Our mics are now cold. You got 19 hours till our mics get hot. Keep it locked tomorrow. It's the IPES, and we're out the door.
We out.
See y'all tomorrow. We gone.
I ain't got no more talk.
We there.
Be out. Be out. Be out. Be out. Be out.
Tunnel Thursday.
New York City never sleeps, right? Neither does iPower 989 FM. Nation under urban music.
iPower 989, One Nation Under Urban Music in the New York tri-state area, celebrating 15 years of iPower One. We're on the local side, wrapping things up for tonight. Thank you to our listeners in New York. Shout-outs to the 5 boroughs of Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, plus Yonkers and New Rochelle checking in from New York. Also, shout-outs to our listeners in Newark, Patterson, and New Brunswick for checking in from New Jersey. Big shout-outs to Hartford, Bridgeport, New Haven, and Stamford checking in from Connecticut and the rest of the tri-state area. Shout-outs to our listeners in Philly, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, checking in from parts of Pennsylvania. Plus, shout-outs to Boston, Worcester, and Springfield, still listening. Checking in from Massachusetts. Shout-outs to our listeners in New Hampshire, and shout-outs to Providence, who are still listening, checking in from Rhode Island. Thank you for taking the iPower One Challenge, listening to all 4 hours of our radio show, broadcasting from New York. We'll see y'all tomorrow live at 7 p.m. for Old Funkin' Disco Friday. We got an hour of commercial-free music up next. I'm the travel jock, DeMarco J. Keep it locked as always, here on New York's iPower 989.